Welcome to Around the Dog World here in the beautiful Cheshire countryside. We're here at Crewe Hall for one of the most sought after prizes in the world of pedigree dogs. And by the end of today, we will crown our winner of the Pro Plan Dog World Pup of the Year Final 2012. The Pup of the Year Final sees 31 of 2012's top winning puppies, all competing for the coveted Pup of the Year crown. Over the years, many of Britain's most promising puppies have come through these finals and have gone on to be some of the greatest show dogs of their time, including Crufts Best in Show winners and Top Dog winners. But we have plenty to fit in today, including a chat with Crufts Best in Show judge, Jeff Corish, and a tribute to a previous Crufts Best in Show winner, Yogi the Hungarian Vizsla. Plus, a glance back at some of the recent Best in Show winners. And that's where we'll start. Today, I'm joined by Andrew Brace. Now, Andrew, start of 2013, first championship show was Boston. New year and new Best in Show winner.
Yes, this was an Akita bitch called Champion Dyke Bar Revenge is Sweet at Steckall. She was actually a group winner at the LKA, I believe, so I think you probably would have filmed her previously at the tail end of last year. Bred in Scotland by John and Lorraine Ritchie, who were previously very well known for some outstanding border collies, and owned by Faye and Carol Bevis. I think I'm right in saying that she now has 5 groups, and I'm sure that Faye won't mind me pointing out that she's still quite a young lady. This is actually her second Best in Show win, I think.
And she's only 24.
Yeah, now why am I surprised that you knew exactly how old she was, Simon?
I couldn't tell you. And then, of course, the week later, we go to Manchester and we see one of your very favourites taking his 4th Best in Show.
Yes, Elmo. He's been very lightly shown, actually, through last year, following his group win at Crufts. And his handler, Steve Cox, has been showing a couple of other dogs, but Elmo's, I understand, he's been shown on the continent, because he's a very cosmopolitan dog, having been bred in Germany and regularly goes back there to compete. And anyhow, he was back from Manchester, bang on form, and Ron James took him all the way through to Best in Show.
Yeah, a great win under a vet for a high-profile breed. And a member of the Kennel Club General Committee. Yes.
It was a double-edged victory in many ways because, as you rightly pointed out, Ron is both a vet by profession, a member of the Kennel Club General Committee and the Judges Committee. And the German Shepherd has been, included in the list of high-profile breeds.
And speaking of Steve Cox, we actually managed to get a few words with Steve Cox after his Best in Show win at Manchester. Congratulations, Steve. That's a 4th Best in Show win with Elmo. How does it feel?
It's amazing. I mean, we've had a little bit of a rest period this year. We've let him relax and take some time out because it's been a heavy 2 years of campaigning him. So for me, I have to say that this Best in Show with Elmo is, for me, the best, the sweetest.
For coming back?
Absolutely.
Straight back in the ring?
And he's come back looking, as most people have said, better than ever now. He's at his absolute peak, so this is the right moment for Elmo.
Have you worked hard to get him back in that shape?
The team have worked very hard. We do a lot of work in the mountains with the dog. We do a lot of bike work, a lot of swimming. And then also, he's a 6-year-old dog now with the German Shepherd. This is the peak time in terms of his maturity. And Elmo, who lives with his owners, John and Pauline Cullen. And first of all, the UK have to be thankful to these guys because they're the guys that went out and brought Elmo to the UK. So you've got to take your hat off that. They must have had the eye to find this dog in the first place. And I have to say, hand on heart, Pauline Cullen is the best in the UK when it comes to conditioning a dog in terms of his coat condition. The dog is always gleaming, his nails are always short, they're clean, his teeth are always clean, the dog's happy. And John, who's also supports Pauline with the training and conditioning of Elmo. So without those guys, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you for a start because Elmo wouldn't be Elmo without the work that they put into the dog.
And was Manchester's first show back in the ring?
That's his first show back in the ring in the last 5 months. It's his first all-breed championship show since Crufts last year.
Wow, great start to 2013. As I understand it, Elmo is a German-bred dog, and obviously in the UK there's the Alsatian type and there's the German type. But Elmo seems to have almost united the two
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that he's a great dog. Is that how it feels?
It is. You know, I've said this many times now to people. Elmo is a dog. You know, it's quite miraculous, really, that he has brought the whole of the English crowd and the German crowd together in the perception of a German dog. Historically, in the past, a lot of German imports have come to England and really they've not been accepted by many people, especially, as you say, the Alsatianist type, but also the general public. Elmo has certainly changed the perception. Why? Why has he done this? He's a dog with absolute correct size. He's a dog with no roach in the back, but he's a German dog, 100% German dog. And a lot of the dogs now in Germany are like the Elmo type, but the people in England think still it's like the roach back, banana back type. This is not so. And Elmo, a successful dog already in Germany for a start. He's had many wins, top place at the German Sieger show, which is
a massive win.
It's the biggest breed show of any breed in the world.
Yeah.
Elmo has come to England, and straight away he went to our British Sieger show as a 2-year-old dog, still a baby really, and he was the reserve British Sieger, fantastic. And then when he was 2.5, he went to his first all-breed championship show, which incidentally was Manchester Championship show. It was his first all-breed champ show. And he wins the ticket and best of breed, and then he goes into the group for the first time. The first time people ever seen Elmo was 4 years ago at Manchester Championship show. And he was second in the group, you know, there. Elmo really has changed 100% the perception of the German dog. I always say, and it could sound a bit dramatic, but I believe so, is that he has saved our breed. Elmo came around at the right moment.
Well, congratulations on his 4th Best in Show overall. Good luck for Crufts, and hope to see you later on in the year as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers. Before the curtain is raised on Pup of the Year 2012, we're saddened to report the death of one of the greatest dogs ever seen on these shores. A Breed CC record holder, all-time Best in Show record holder with 18 in total, including Crufts 2010. The dog world has said goodbye to an all-time great, Yogi the Hungarian Vizsla, show champion and Australian champion, Hunger Gun, bear it in mind.
You know, it was a pleasure to get my hands on him. I judged him in the breed and found him to be a very good dog in the breed, but then you get him in the group ring and he sort of rose to the occasion, and of course he left them all standing. He won just about every gun dog group he went into, and I think largely his movement was what sets him apart from a lot of the other great dogs.
My first thought was how balanced the dog was. Everything fitted and flowed together. Sometimes one part of a dog stands out, but with him, everything was all of a piece. And the other thing that really impressed me was how beautifully conditioned and muscled he was. Clearly, he's a dog that has plenty of free running, free exercise, and that shows in his quite spectacular balanced movement.
Once on the move, I mean, he's a very charismatic dog. Sound coming and going, and just one of those dogs that you just couldn't take your eyes off. And standing and moving, he was just a lovely, lovely dog. And I mean, I'm not surprised he went on to probably be the most famous dog ever in this country.
Well, I just think everything's in the right place. It's just so satisfying to go over a dog that has got a good front, it's got good feet, it's got good bone, a lovely body. You know, it's got it all there, really.
I mean, at what stage did you start to get an inkling that you might have something very special here and some of the records might actually be within sight?
Well, for me, it was when he won his 3rd ticket at his 3rd show of Terry Thorne. And you think, you know, this dog, you know, is either going to suddenly come to an abrupt halt or, you know, do we have something special here?
Yep.
A sad loss to the world of pedigree dogs. But we are, of course, here to look forward, and who knows what winning some of the competitors here may do in the future. Let's go and join our commentators, Frank Kane and Jessica Home, ringside for the start of the main event, Pup of the Year 2012.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Purina Pro Plan and Dog World Puppy of the Year, one of the glittering prizes in the canine calendar. So we hope you're all going to have a splendid day looking at some of the best young dogs in our country.
So, without more ado, let's get the first of our competitors in.
Time to meet the man who has the pleasure of judging them and deciding which one of those will be Pup of the Year for 2012. Mr. Stuart Mallard. And on the table, our first competitor, it's the Wire Fox Terrier champion Travella Starcraft, already the winner of 6 challenge certificates and 1 reserve best in show win at a championship show and 2 group wins. And if you own a Travella Wire, you have to have a big red pen because the pedigrees are largely made up of champions. There's our first winner, champion Travella Starcraft.
Now on to the second of our heat winners from Scottish breeds under Robin Newhouse, the bearded collie bitch, Enigma at Aurora. Known as Emmeline at home, she's by Merrythorpe, Mr. Sandman of Lexelby, out of Potterdale Superlative at Aurora. Bred by Bryony Harcourt Brown. And Emmeline herself is a junior warrant winner. And still a playful puppy. Our Scottish breeds qualifier, Enigma at Aurora.
Now on the table we have our third competitor, champion Pamplona Brings It On. Bichon Frise, owned by Michael Code. Ernie, as he's known at home, is now 20 months old and has had a spectacular junior career, winning 10 CCs. Top Bichon in the Dog World system for 2012. The kennel is no stranger to success at this competition, and in fact 2 years ago they did win the Pup of the Year, handled here by Jeff Corish. There's our UK toy dog champion Pamplona Brings It On.
Come back after the break for more from Pup of the Year 2012.
On the table now, handled by Tom Mather, is the winner from National Terrier under Stuart Plain, last year's Pup of the Year winner, of course. The Australian Terrier bitch, Silhill's Scarlet Ribbon with Sherex, owned by Sue McCourt and Paul Erdley. And Scarlet so far has 2 challenge certificates, group placings, including winning the puppy group at Birmingham National, and was top Aussie for 2012 to boot. From National Terrier, Silhill Scarlet Ribbon with Sherex.
Winning the heat at Welks was the Siberian Husky, Winter Melody Hot on the top at Amical, an import from Poland. Apart from qualifying at Welks, she was best puppy in show at Bath Championship Show and has 6 best puppies at General Championship shows. The owners believe she's the first Siberian Husky to win best puppy in show at an all breeds championship show. Certainly been enjoying the winter weather that suits the breed. There's our winner, Winter Melody Hot on the top at Amical.
Now the first of our Beagle qualifiers, this one from Birmingham National under Liz Cartledge, champion Davricard Martina. Tina was top puppy in the breed for 2012. She was also best puppy in show all breeds at Windsor and Bournemouth, and best puppy in show at the Hound Association Championship Show. And all this despite being hand-reared from 2 days old, which presumably has given her a typically determined and mischievous attitude. Our Birmingham National qualifier, champion Davricard Martina.
Our judge now looking at the winner from the SKC May show, the Pomeranian Brian D. Gypsy Star, bred by Brian Hopkins and shown here by Julie Pike, the owner. At home, she's known as B. And apart from winning the Pup of the Year qualifier, she won the Reserve Challenge Certificate at Welks and was Best Puppy in Show at the Pomeranian Club Championship, full of typical Pomeranian verve and buoyancy. There's our winner from the SKC May Show, the Pomeranian Brian D. Gypsy Star.
Now on the table from Bath, under Aideen Howes, the miniature bull terrier bitch, Nabaltique Holy Moly. Harley's been sparingly shown so far, but she has numerous first and best puppy awards, recently winning runner-up Best Coloured Bitch of the Year 2012 at the Southern Miniature Bull Terrier Club show. More than anything, though, she likes lying in front of the log burner in all the recent freezing cold weather. But she would play football all day if you let her. The Bath Heat winner, Nabaltique Holy Moly.
Now on the table is our winner from Southern Counties, the Bedlington Terrier, Jan-Mark Jeremiah. Although he qualified at Southern Counties, he'd already had 2 near misses, winning a day's heat at 2 other shows. Now 19 months and has taken his first CC, 7 best puppy in breeds at championship shows. And apart from enjoying his showing, he keeps his Airedale Terrier companion in check at home, so full of terrier spirit. The Bedlington Jan-Mark Jeremiah.
Andrew Brace judged the heat at 3 counties, and he sent through the Akita dog champion Red Witch, born this way. Keeper's had a spectacular puppy career, finishing top puppy all breeds for 2012, 7 CCs, his first one at Birmingham National at just 7 months of age. He also has group placings and won the utility group at just 9 months of age. Our 3 counties heat winner, champion Red Witch, born this way.
On the table now is the winner from the Border Union show and sent forward by Albert White. It's the Smooth Fox Terrier, Glendra Terra Humphrey Bogart. Already has 2 CCs with best of breed at Bath and Leeds and 4 reserve CCs. The Glendra Terra Kennel is no stranger to this competition. In fact, in 2006, they did win the Pup of the Year award. Carrying on the Hollywood tradition, that's Humphrey, Glendra Terry, Humphrey Bogart.
From the heat at Blackpool under Bert Easton, we have the Shiba Inu dog Vormund Scarlet Pimpernel, owned and handled today by Michaela Dunhill Hall. And Percy qualified at Blackpool, which was only his 3rd show.
And of course, young handler here, Michaela's had a great year, showing not only this breed, but also soft-coated Wheaton Terriers, Rottweilers, and a new Papillon. There's Michaela with the Shiba Inu. Our 2nd Beagle qualifier won the heat at Windsor under Gordon Harron. And another bitch, Russet Bettany, owned by breeder Pat Sutton, who's handling here. Interesting breeding, as her mother was the 4th line bitch champion, 4 generations of bitch champions. So Pat's hoping that this will become the 5th. Pat's mother, the late Catherine Sutton, was one of the founders of this competition with Stanley Dangerfield. But here's this year's Russet Bettany.
Tom Johnston judged the East of England heat and sent through this Norfolk Terrier dog, Jaiva Peeping Tom. Bred by Martin Phillips. And Peeping Tom's only been very lightly shown because Martin was busy campaigning another dog, but has had 3 best puppy wins from as many shows, and thinks perhaps he'd rather have real grass than this plastic stuff. Our heat winner from East of England, Jaiva Peeping Tom.
Our judge now looking at the winner from the National Working and Pastoral Breeds, the Cardigan Corgi, Kerman Carbon Copy, and has been lightly shown since then, although she did win the Reserve CC at the National Working Breeds, shown by breeder and owner Fran Fricker. The Kerman affix is long established. In fact, Fran is 2nd generation. So congratulations to Kerman Carbon Copy.
From Leeds, Paul Singleton sent through the Standard Poodle champion Afterglow Maverick Sabre, royally bred by Mike Gadsby and Jason Lynn. Ricky already has 5 CCs, 2 club best in shows, Group 2 at Boston 2013. Indeed, Ricky's been undefeated in all his classes so far. The Standard Poodle champion Afterglow Maverick Sabre.
Winner at the Hound Association was the Whippet Courtill Crimson Shadow, owned by Mark Smith, who's handling here. Had a very good puppy career with 4 Best Puppy and Breed awards. Comes from a very famous line of Court Hill champions. Our Whippet, Court Hill, Crimson Shadow.
Di Arrowsmith judged the heat at National Gun Dog and sent through this pointer male, Will Cremain XL, owned by Mark Davis from Gloucester.
And Mark tells me he's only been showing dogs for 2 years and does it for fun, so he said it's a great thrill to be here today. And he says the dog does it all by himself.
Finley's managed to win Best Puppy in Show at both Shropshire Gun Dog and the Setter and Pointer Club, probably largely due to his happy and enthusiastic nature and beautiful conformation. The winner from National Gun Dog.
On the table now is the miniature Schnauzer, Baron Toff, Best Bet for Wellingley. Qualifying at Paynton, he's also won 1cc at the Northern Schnauzer Championship Show, and 2 reserve CCs. The Wellingley Affix, well known in miniature Schnauzers. Liz tells me she's now owned 8 champions, and this is her 2nd qualifier for this competition. Our Paynton winner, the miniature Schnauzer, Baron Toff, Best Bet for Wellingley.
Viv Phillips judged at Bournemouth, and she sent through the 2nd of our standard poodles, Sarnia, It's a King of Magic.
Merlin was recently Best in Show at the Southwestern Poodle Club Open Show to add to his wins.
Which include the puppy group at Windsor and Best of Breed at South Wales so far. Full of poodly character. Sarnia, It's a King of Magic, sent through from Bournemouth.
The boxer winning at the Welsh Kennel Club, Susan Carr, an accomplice, very cleverly named by sisters Suzanne and Sandra Carter. So she's had a good career, 2 reserve CCs already, several Best Puppy and Breeds at championship shows, and 2 weeks ago took another reserve CC at the Anglian Boxer Club Championship Show. Great character in the kennels, continually bossing and bullying the stud dogs around. Susan Carr, an accomplice.
From the Scottish Kennel Club's August show, Robin Sadler sent through the Tibetan Terrier Iraqi Hot Tip, owned by John Whitnam from Gloucester. This youngster won a reserve CC at just 7 months old.
Clever breeder Ken Sinclair, he's produced a lot of Iraqi finalists, including, I believe, a winner of this competition.
Our winner from the summer Scottish Kennel Club, Iraqi Hot Tip.
Now on the table is our youngest finalist, and she still is actually a puppy. She's only 11 months old. Witchstone Diamond Queen at Honeywon, this English toy terrier, won under Jill Peake at the City of Birmingham at her very first show when she was just 6 months old. She's been very likely shown. However, she is the 3rd English toy terrier to qualify for the final, all from this kennel. Stepping out in the nice extended trot of the breed, our winner, the English Toy Terrier Witchstone Diamond Queen at Honeywon.
On the table now, the Manchester Terrier dog, Ratter's Trap England's Own, sent through by Annette Oliver. This one's had a fantastic puppy career so far, winning a CC at LKA 2012 as well as 2 reserve CCs. Best Puppy in Show at the British Manchester Terrier Club Championship Show, and Best Puppy in Breed at both Darlington, Driffield and Richmond.
Well done to Ratter's Trap England's Own. Our judge now looking at the qualifier from Darlington, the Whippet, Layways Royal Mosaic at Neverdith. Jack Watson was the judge at Darlington, and then puppy Roy suffered from pneumonia, so was held back, came out at the LKA and won the reserve challenge certificate. Nev tells me this is the first Whippet he's had in his own name, as usually his daughter and his wife get the honours, but this one is Nev's own. Well done to Layways Royal Mosaic of Neverdith.
At Driffield, Ernie Patterson sent through the first of our Samoyed siblings, Nicara Iced Diamond, bred by Val Freer, who's also handling, owned by Paul and Barbara Johnson. Harley was top puppy for 2012, winning a total of 7 Best Puppy and Breed awards at championship shows. Finally qualified at Driffield, but has actually won 4 classes of the Pup of the Year stakes. Nikara Iced Diamond.
After the break, we find our winner of Pup of the Year 2012.
If the new chairman was sat in the audience tonight,
Yes.
what would you ask him?
To care. To care about us a bit more. To remember that the Kennel Club is supposed to be for the furtherance of pedigree dogs, and we are pedigree dogs. I want them to care about us. I want them to share our interests. I want them to stop caring about the RSPCA and care about us. I can remember once Edna gave me a bitch that I was very thrilled with, and Olive said, "Where did you get that from?" And I said, "Mrs. Harold gave it to me." I think she did. She couldn't have sold the damn thing, could she? And then Olive gave me a bitch that I thought was lovely, and Edna said, "Well, make sure you showed him long grass with feet like that." They stopped my life effectively for mistakes. I see myself as the judge that was banned.
Winning at Belfast was the American Cocker Spaniel Afterglow Dragon Quest. He's owned by Jason Lynn, Glenda Ricks and Andy Yao, and last month won Best in Show at the Breed Club Championship Show. He is top American Cocker puppy for 2012. The second of our Afterglow qualifiers. They've also won Pup of the Year final in the past with another American Cocker, Mode of Pistols at Dawn with Afterglow, who went on to reserve Best in Show at Crufts. There's our American Cocker Afterglow Dragon Quest.
Meg Purnell Carpenter judged the heat at South Wales Kennel Association and sent through the Doberman Dronsky's Amadeus. Boss was bred and is owned by Andrew and June Cairns. Boss already has 2 Best Puppy and Breeds and 5 Best Puppy dogs.
And good to have a lovely big ring for the big dogs to show their paces, and very good surface for them to show their movement.
Our South Wales heat winner, Dronsky's Amadeus.
Winner of the heat at Midland Counties, Nikara Diamond Tiara for Lyriva, owned by Avril Corthera Purdy and Sean Gwynn, her partner, and Tara also won the CC at Belfast, as well as an impressive list of Best Puppy wins, Best Puppy and Show at the Working and Pastoral Breeds of Scotland, Pastoral Puppy Group at Windsor and Belfast, and won her classes in Pup of the Year at Richmond, Darlington and Midland Counties. So well done, Diamond Tiara for Lyriva.
Now the penultimate qualifier, sent through by Tom Mather, who we saw handling earlier, from British Utility Breeds, the French Bulldog, imported from Latvia, Renoir New War Bonnet Glenlee. Owned by Gordon and Ellen Drummond, already has a CC and reserve Best in Show at Midland and Northern Counties French Bulldog Club, and has collected Best Puppy awards at both Richmond and Midland Counties. Our qualifier for the British Utility Breeds, Renoir New War Bonnet Glenlee.
And finally, from the LKA, it was the Gordon Setter Hernwood Storm Rider. Mr. and Mrs. Sandyford are the breeders and owners. They had a marvellous LKA because apart from winning the Pup of the Year, they also went Best in Show. He's the 3rd Gordon Setter to qualify for this event, all coming from the Hernwood Kennel. But as the owners tell me, they think that Tommy is all body and no brains. So our LKA winner, the Gordon Setter Hernwood Storm Rider.
Now we're going to bring all the competitors back into the ring at this point so that Stuart can make his first cut. And of course it's a big field here, so Stuart will most likely make 2 cuts. Wire Fox Terrier, the Bichon Frise, the Beagle, Bedlington Terrier, the Akita, the Shiba Inu, second of our Beagles, the Gordon, the little French Bulldog, one of those 2 Samoyed siblings, the Whippet, and the Black Standard Poodle. Many congratulations to the competitors leaving the ring. There are no losers here.
And it's an up and down for the Standard Poodle, Maverick Sabre.
And from City of Birmingham, Richstone Diamond Queen, our little English toy terrier.
Youngest of the finalists, 11 months old. There's the Boston winner, the Wire Fox Terrier champion Travella Starcraft.
And from UK Toy Dog, the Bichon Frise champion Pamplona brings it on.
From Birmingham, champion Davricard Martina.
And from Southern Counties, the Bedlington Terrier Janmark Jeremiah.
Arlene Kluwer with champion Redwich Born This Way, the Akita who won at 3 counties.
Blackpool's Heat winner, the little foxy-faced Shiba Inu Vormund Scarlet Pimpernel.
The second of our Beagle finalists, the Windsor winner, Rossett Bettany with Pat Sutton.
And the LKA finalist, the Gordon Setter dog, Hernwood Storm Rider.
The second of the Afterglow finalists is Afterglow Dragon Quest, winner at Belfast.
Delightful little French bulldog sent through from British utility breeds, Renoir New Warbonnet Glenlee.
And the first of our Samoyed, the dog, Nicara Ice Diamond, breed of Alfrea handling. And the Whippet from Darlington, Leyway's Royal Mosaic of Neverdale. Some indicator of the quality in our lineup today. We have 14 in this first cut for Stuart Mallard, and now he's going to have to do his work.
Pulling in the Black Standard Poodle, the Akita,
And the Bedlington. The American Cocky comes forward, and the French Bulldog, and the Samoyed Dog. So there we have our final 6. And now the nerves are tingling for handlers, spectators, and I'm sure the judge. He says yes in agreement to that one. Hands together for the Standard Poodle. The Bedlington Terrier, Jeremiah, Janmark Jeremiah. The Akita champion Redwich Born This Way. The American Cocker, Afterglow Dragon Quest. A little Frenchy Renoir New Warbonnet Glenlee. And the Samoyed Nicara Ice Diamond. I think we're calling for the awards. We're ready, almost ready. The American Cocker, Afterglow Dragon Quest is Pup of the Year for 2012. And in runner-up, the French Bulldog, Benoit New War Bonnet Glenley.
So Mike, congratulations. That's your third win at Pup of the Year. How do you feel?
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I was so delighted that we had 2 dogs here, and in this exalted competition we had 2 in the final 6. It was incredible. I was absolutely buzzing before I won it. When I looked down and saw the poodle was in the final 6 as well, it was terrific, absolutely terrific.
And the last winner you had here was
the Tibetan Terrier,
right? And
the American Cocker was before.
Before that, and that dog went on to reserve Best in Show at Crufts and Dog of the Year.
That's correct. Yeah.
Are you as excited about this dog as you were then?
Yeah, because, you know, it's interesting really that looking back, I mean, Dexter was a wonderful dog, make no mistakes about it, but as a breeder, you always consider that, you know, you might change a little bit here and a little bit there. I really think that this dog, which is incidentally is going to be the last American Cocker I ever show, and I reached that decision because I've been in the breed for like 35 years and he's as close to the ideal as I personally think I can get. So we're going to breed them still for a little bit, and I don't know whether Jason's going to show them, but this is it. I'm finished with this dog. Not today, but this is going to be the last American Cocker.
Bold statement.
Well, you know, I make bold statements from time to time and I do stick to them, so.
And you said today was a special win. Why was that?
Well, Joni was here, that's my mum. And she doesn't come to many dog shows. She came to Crufts when I judged, and she came to Crufts when Donnie was, my standard poodle, was reserved Best in Show, and she came today. And of course, the wonderful quote of the day was that she was so thrilled to see me win because the last time she came, I only got second. So I was delighted. I was really proud that she's here. She's 87, and she, you know, she's charming and wonderful. You know, but you know they're not going to be around forever. So you know, emotionally, I was really touched that she was here. So.
And as we know, your partner Jason Lynn usually handles, but today he's in America.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the competition, what made you decide you were on the American Cocker?
I've handled both dogs. Jason has been predominantly the handler of the poodle, and I've nearly always shown the American Cocker, and the American Cocker was not as interchangeable. American Cockers tend to be, you know, like, have a love affair with one person, and you know, so they're not quite so easy to put. So it was easy, really. I thought the standard would actually move on to somebody else easier than the American Cocker, but that was the only reason.
Well, congratulations on a third Pup of the Year win. And what are your plans for the rest of the year with this dog?
Well, again, the Crumb has a bitch that we bred that I'm very proud of, who's his half-sister, called Pearls of Singer, and she...
We saw her at the Yukon Champion Stakes.
Yeah, she got third at the Champion Stakes. She's very young. She's looking marvellous at the moment, so we're going to give the Crumb the opportunity to shine with her, and then when I think the time's appropriate, we'll major on the parti-coloured dog. But, you know, we've got all sorts of things up our sleeve, poodles and Jason's Pekingese thing going on, so we'll be out and about for sure.
So Stuart, you've just awarded Pup of the Year 2012 to the beautiful Afterglow American Cocker. What are your thoughts on your winner?
Stunning, absolutely stunning, and the reason it's stunning is because the quality was superb. Very difficult to get it right, impossible to get it wrong, so it's like this. But I did think today that dog just stood away slightly from the others, and for me it was a definite winner.
And what about the quality of the field as a whole? Because from the ringside it looked very good.
Well, it's intimidating because it's very rarely that you get the opportunity to judge any event where there is that level of breed type and soundness and the whole package, and in the main the majority had that. So it does come down to performance and what happens on the day.
There's been a lot put into the event, and we've got a new carpet here this year. What do you think of the layout?
First of all, the appearance is stunning. What I would say is that when you're moving, you're very conscious of the noise that you're making. You feel a bit ploddy, but it is excellent. And the dogs went very well on it, and they don't always. I've seen events when the toys don't quite perform, and they have today. So I thought it was excellent, and it does look magnificent.
So our Pup of the Year winner for 2012 is Afterglow Dragon Quest, the American Cocker Spaniel. Now we'll see you after the break when I speak to Crufts Best in Show judge, Jeff Corrish.
Okay, kids, I just have to have a little, because memory's not very good. What's your name? Well, at that time, they were more pack type, with a bit of a snipey face and not much of a head. There was nothing really much, and the temperaments were very friendly, but they were wild. Champion Darling Gamble.
And if there's anyone in the audience who has never heard of Champion Darling Gamble, you may leave now.
Because he changed the breed, didn't he? Absolutely.
Totally.
Dog. Yes, he did. He changed the breed for temperaments and everything. How old? He said, 2 tickets. So I said to my ring steward, give him his third. I said, is it? Not bloody much, he says. It's not time you're bleeding too far. Because it's a sin to tell a lie. How's that?
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Jeff.
My pleasure.
Now, most people in Dog World will know your name and will most likely have seen you in a group or Best in Show ring at some point or another. How was it, though, that you first got involved in dog showing?
Well, I didn't come from a doggy background. I mean, the family didn't have dogs as such, and I was always animal mad. And then I just decided that when I left school, I would buy a dog of my own, and that's exactly what I did.
And can you remember what that dog was?
The first breed I ever had was a West Highland White Terrier. His name was Archie.
Archie.
Yes.
Well,
and he was bought purely as a pet. I had no real intentions of showing, but I did show him.
You did show him?
Yeah. But it actually got me into showing, and I got the bug.
Yeah. And ever since?
And that was it. It went on from there.
What was the dog you got after Archie?
The dog after that was actually the first champion I ever bred in my first ever litter.
Wow.
Talk about beginner's luck.
Yeah.
And that was a bitch, and she was called Champion Seal or Selena.
Another Westie?
Another Westie. Yeah, they were just Westies in those days. That's all I ever thought about.
Of course, things have moved on since then.
Oh, yeah.
And you've handled across all 7 groups, champions across all 7 groups. Yeah. And many people in the dog world consider you as one of the best handlers around. What's it like to have a tag like that?
Well, I didn't know I had a tag, but it's very nice for people to think of me in that way. It's you do it the way you do, and my style is my style. Whether it's obviously other people appreciate that.
When was it that you made up that first champion?
It was in the 1960s.
1960s.
About 65, I think.
And when and where was your first Best in Show as a handler?
Well, the first Best in Show is quite incredible, really, because the first Best in Show I ever had was in 1976, and it was a Crufts Best in Show.
Not a bad start.
Not a bad start at all.
No, not at all.
It's been a really good show for me. It's I think in dogs you have lucky shows and unlucky shows. Crufts has always been a really lucky show for me.
Yeah.
And I remember it distinctly like yesterday. I stood outside, I looked across these fields, and I thought, I've got Best in Show at Crufts. What will I do now? Because people used to say, oh, you win Best in Show, then you retire.
That was it, yeah.
And I thought, crack, this is my first winner. Have I got to retire?
Clearly not.
No. After a week or so, then I got rid of that idea.
Yeah. And you've gone back since and
done
quite well for yourself.
With Michael, we've had 3.
Yeah. And as I said, you've handled champions across all groups. Mm-hmm. But what would you say is the most difficult to groom? Sorry.
Oh, that's an easy answer. The most difficult dog or the difficult breed I've ever had to trim would be a Sealyham Terrier. They really are so difficult. It's not so much the dog itself or the temperament of the dog. They have such a difficult coat. It's very difficult to get all the combinations right and the timing right. And they do have a strange coat.
Looking back over the years, what is the best dog that you've ever judged?
Well, that's a very hard question, and it's hard to answer. And I've had several dogs I've really liked. If I was forced to choose one, it probably would be Yogi, the Hungarian Vizsla, who I gave Best in Show to at the Scottish Kennel Club a few years back.
Yeah.
He was an exceptional dog, and I mean he went on to have a fantastic career in this
18
country.
Best in Shows,
Yeah,
which is
yeah. I was delighted to have given him one of them.
Been
You know.
part of it,
Yeah. His impact on that breed has been enormous.
And over the years, is there a dog that's you've seen that you'd like to have got your hands on but never have, as a judge or a handler?
Well, not necessarily seen in the flesh, but seen lots of photographs of, would be a famous standard poodle in America called Command Performance, who was handled by that brilliant handler, Frank Sabella. I would have loved to have just put my hands on him, because everybody's sort of praised him over many, many years, and I would just love to have gone over him just to see really how good he was.
Again, going back to some of the best dogs in the ring, what was the last dog that you saw that made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up?
Well, I'm a little bit biased on this answer, because it was, in the end, it was something I actually owned myself. But to start off with, it would be Fresno, the Lhasa. She was just an amazing dog.
And of course, last year you gave another Lhasa the utility group.
I did, yeah.
And she went on to Best in Show.
Yeah, wonderful.
How did you feel when you saw your utility group winner?
Well, we actually went home afterwards, because I thought, well, it's probably better to watch this on television. So we were sat there not having any idea what Frank would do, because as far as I remember, Frank had never judged Elizabeth, and we were just sort of sitting there watching her. And I mean, I was very proud of her, because she was such a lovely bitch. And we just kind of watched there. And of course, when she won, we were screaming. I mean, we were just jumping up and down on the chair, you know, like crazy things, you know. But it was a wonderful win for her, a wonderful win for the breed.
So this year, you're judging Best in Show.
I am.
What was it like when you got that letter in the post or got that call to say that you were judging Best in Show?
Well, we just got back from a holiday in South Africa, and we were wading through all the posts that, you know, you get when you're away on holiday, and there was this big green envelope, and I put it to one side and I went through everything else, and I thought, oh, I'll just open this. And I opened it and I looked at it and I put it down, and I'm thinking, no, just read that again, because I'm not sure you've read that correctly. And I looked at it again and I went, oh my. And I said to Michael, just read this and just tell me I'm reading it right. And it was just like, me? One of those moments I shall remember forever.
You mentioned your partner Michael there.
Yeah.
You and Michael have got a list of achievements as long as your arm.
We have, yeah.
I'm going to have to read some of these, but 3 times Best in Show at Crufts, 10 different Crufts Group winners, 5 top dogs, and you're thought to be the only partners to have won Reserve and Best in Show at the same show.
That's right.
Which is at East of England a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was, with Kerry and the Beesham.
What is the secret to such consistent success?
I don't know if it's a secret as such. We work well together. We have the highest sort of thinking as regards quality. We look at things, and he'll give his views and I'll give mine. We always want the best that we can ever be.
So with 3 Best in Shows at Crufts with Michael, it's clearly a show that you do well at and that you like. But I've seen you both in previous years, and you've got a lot of work on.
Yeah.
This year's a bit of a quiet one, because Michael is judging the breeders, you're judging Best in Show, so you've got none of that work over the weekend.
No.
Is it something that you'll miss, or are you looking forward to a quiet weekend?
It'll be very strange, because I don't think I've ever gone to Crufts. One of us, we're not having a dog. So to go to Crufts this year and have no dogs will feel very strange. Yeah, I'll miss it. I mean, I love being with the dogs. That's the thing I enjoy most, if I'm really honest.
So one Sunday night, you're going to have had 20,000 dogs whittled down to just 7. And they're going to be some of the best dogs you're likely to have ever seen. What is it you're going to be looking for in that moment for your Best in Show winner?
Well, it's one of those things that when you see it, you know it. Obviously, it's got to be, you know, good for its breed. That's first and foremost. It's got to be sound. It's got to be healthy, obviously. It's got to have charisma.
Got to have
Quite
everything.
often, you know, I can look at a dog and I get just a gut feeling. It's very, very hard to explain. It's just a gut feeling, and you just see something that stands in front of you, and you think, that's the one.
What are your interests outside of the world of dogs?
When there's time, we've started showing British miniature spotted ponies.
All right.
That's a real passion for us now. That's really a very nice distraction. I'm an avid gardener, believe it or not. I just like the peace.
Is that how you hurt your back?
Very nearly. I just like to get out in the garden because it's peaceful out there, you know, and there's no phones ringing, there's no dogs barking, there's no pressure. I really enjoy that.
Well, thank you very much for spending some time with us.
My pleasure.
Best of luck for Crufts.
Thank you.
Hopefully we speak to you again after Best in Show and you can tell us all about your winner.
Yeah, how excited it was and everything.
And of course, thank you very much for watching Around the Dog World, and we hope to see you again at Crufts 2013.